Usually I'm not eager to see a one-person show that calls itself theater. Theater, to me, means a couple of people at least having at each other. But Dael Orlandersmith made it work for me. She did it in part because Until the Flood, the piece she's written for the Repertory Theater of St. Louis, is not really a one-person show. She has a half-dozen characters in her piece. Granted, she plays them all, and she's very convincing, male, female, black, white, young, old. They don't directly have at each other. Each presents a self-contained statement, but Orlandersmith makes them work dramatically the way Shakespeare makes a soliloquy by Hamlet or Macbeth work. The speaker is engaged dramatically with someone or something, perhaps another person, perhaps an earlier version of themselves or a possible future version, or with something in society, in life, that is challenging the way they deal with what society or life is throwing at them, forcing them to maybe change the way they think about things or resist that change. It's drama. One of the things life is throwing at the characters in Until the Flood is the death of the young black man Michael Brown at the hands of a white policeman in Ferguson. But this is not some simple message about Ferguson. Orlandersmith has made a fascinating range of choices in her characters. They're drawn from interviews she did with people here in the area, to women high school teachers, one black, now retired, with broad life experience and a fine perspective on things that leaves her with questions. The other, white, younger, still teaching, who discovers after Ferguson that her close friendship with a fellow teacher, black, was not as close as she thought. Two 17-year-old young black men, one full of swagger and rage and fear and a longing for a father to admire. The other, a determined college-bound student whose sudden encounter with a white Ferguson policeman sharpens again his awareness of his own vulnerability. A black man who owns his own barbershop and refuses to be seen as anybody's victim, and a white man of similar age and even more impoverished background who has also raised himself up with a trade and with property and with a deeply ingrained racism inextricably intertwined with his pride and his personal history. Orlandersmith makes each of them live an individual life. The staging by director Neel Keller is simple and direct, a few accessories from costume designer Kay Voice, a couple of chairs, floor lamp, table on Takashi Kata's set, more than filled by Orlandersmith's presence, with the now familiar memorial candles and flowers and teddy bears filling the fringes, lighting by Mary Louise Geiger, subtle sound design from composer Justin Ellington, simple projections by Nicholas Hussong that help us keep track of who is who. It all creates theater, great theater, and like all great theater, an enriching human experience.
Absolutely. I just thought it was wonderful.
Yeah, something to see.
Hey, thanks for watching. Click here to subscribe and check us out on Facebook. The link is below.